Hello, everyone, and welcome. So, in today's reading, we're going to be looking at how do you impact the world around you and how does your energy influence the spaces that you enter. So, it's going to be like an aura reading and looking at what is your aura like? And yeah. So, there are three groups fire, air, and water. So go ahead and choose your group, and then I'll see you for your reading. Immediately, I'm picking up an energizing, uplifting, fun, loving energy from your group. And I feel like the impact that your aura has is that it's really warming. You might have a golden aura. Or some kind of fire element in your aura or in your energy that's really strong and noticeable. But I'm also seeing that you have almost, I'm seeing like fire all around you. And kind of if you could imagine like visualizing fire all around your aura. And I'm seeing that you have this ability to really alchemize energy in a strong way. It's also very protective of you. So I feel like this fire around you protects you and it allows you to kind of be more risk taking or even like quite yeah, like quite adventurous. I'm seeing it's like you're more adventurous than the average person, or you push the boundaries of life or something like this. But it's because you have this divine protection to you. Like I'm seeing you are really really protected by the divine, and that is showing up as fire all around you. So it's sort of like nothing can get in unless it's permitted inside. So I feel like you have strong boundaries in your aura as well, naturally, and you might not be influenced too much by other people's energy, and you might be more sort of immune to that and kind of like water off a duck's back. It might, like you might not be um, like I'm just seeing that it would take a lot to maybe trigger you or get you down. And so there's a lot that might kind of like come at you in life, but it doesn't sort of like penetrate to wound you or get you down. So it's like you can always kind of keep going. And I just see you have this high energy level innately in you. And this is also the impact you have on others around you, is that you really energize other people. You really bring out that inner fire where you want to move or be active, so you might really influence people to um, actually exercise. Or it could just be that when people are around you they feel more energized or excitable, more willing to put in energy to maybe create something or do a project. And I'm really seeing you can also foster like kind of just like good cheer, like a team spirit kind of energy. And it's really wholesome and you do it really naturally just by kind of entering the room. You can influence people to kind of come together. Like I feel like you have an energy influence where people are more harmonious when you're around, and it's a very like subtle way that you do this. And I feel like you do this through uplifting the energy, and you do this through bringing light and warmth into a space so that people's hearts are naturally opening and they're more receptive to one another, and there's more connection and harmony felt within a group of people. You might have quite a strong leadership energy to you as well, I'm seeing. Or people might naturally kind of be drawn to you. And I am seeing that with this fire energy, like you emit this kind of light that is very sacred in your aura. And you might actually have people comment on your aura actually to you and say, wow, you have a really bright, aura. Or if they don't say that, they might say, you have beautiful eyes, or the energy that comes from your eyes, is so warm or so shiny or so bright or so piercing. And that is kind of how they might be translating what they're picking up in your aura. So I'm seeing, yeah, you have a noticeable light to you, whether that is people actually calling it an aura, or if it's again through your eyes, or just maybe you have a glow in your skin and there's this radiance basically to you, like you have an inner light that radiates out of you, and it's very beautiful. Again, I'm getting golden, light, so you might have a golden aura. I'm also getting just like a bright white color for you, as well as silver, gold, white, as well as sort of an indigo purple. And I'm getting that quite strongly as well. So let's go ahead and pull some more cards for your group. I'm seeing as well that you might have quite a distinctive voice or like a melody, because I'm seeing the music theme in this card that you chose, and I'm feeling like the way that you impact space might also be through your voice or your sound, or it could also just be that you have a deep connection to music and somehow that actually can show up in your aura, or when you listen to music that can actually change the vibrancy of your aura, I'm seeing. Yeah, you definitely energetically have a very strong connection to music and sound. The Four of Earth. Oh, there's another four. And the Six of Water. I'm seeing with this Six of Water energy, it's almost like your aura has this ability to, I don't know, it's almost like the energy of when water dries off of something and it evaporates and it turns into steam, and there's just sort of like this crisp warmth left over. I'm getting that energy. It's like your energy kind of like dries up, um, really heavy, dense emotional energy that is in the atmosphere or is around you. Like there's this, because of the fire in your aura, it's like it dries up. It dries up water around you. You might not have much water in your chart, or you might have a lot of fire placements, for example, but that's just a side of astrology. Yeah, I'm just seeing this impact you have on people. So the way that that would translate to how someone would feel that is like, say they're feeling really a heaviness of like a sorrow or something from their past, and it's weighing heavy on their heart. And it could even like, yeah, really, be really heavy in that lung, chest, heart area for someone. And it's like you come in and that density is vaporized, just by being around your energy. It's so fiery and warm and uplifting that it can actually like alchemize this dense energy. So I'm seeing this as a real gift that you have, but I'm seeing maybe for yourself that it might be hard for you because of so much fire I'm seeing in your energy field. Sometimes it might be hard for you to actually feel emotions very deeply, because there might be a sense of numbness I'm seeing, like a low grade numbness for some of you, where it might be hard to really bring those emotions up into that sort of sense of overflow where you're feeling it and it's releasing it and healing it. So that might be something to consider, is that you might need to somehow balance your energy field out with a little bit more water, um, just to keep that in mind and interpret that creatively. Something about your relationship with water could really help you with your emotions and with kind of being in harmony with your emotions, so that they're not um, elusive to you. Because I'm seeing a dryness in the emotions that might actually need more like lubrication so that they can flow a bit more, which is just an aside message. But yes, you do have quite a strong impact on people in that, yeah, you could really burn through density and create a lightness that is very spiritual, because it creates a space where someone can be more one with their spirit and their heart, and not so consumed by like the density of the 3D, where tragedy and all these things can kind of, we can sort of you know get stuck in that heaviness. And there's something about how your energy field can pierce through that. And it might even be that you can talk about heavy topics with a lightness somehow, or you don't mind to go into those you know real truths about the world. Like I'm seeing this truthfulness in you. So you might also have a piercing truth telling energy to you as well, where you might be like a bit blunt or kind of pierce through things um, to get to the truth. Like I'm seeing you're grounded in truth very, very strongly, and you influence people a lot with this truth. Some people definitely might feel, might take it the wrong way, but I don't see your intention is ever to like trigger anybody. But yeah, I'm seeing, yeah, you definitely could be a triggering force for some people for sure. But it's also there's just this likability to you. I think people find you to be charming and confident and warming to be around. People feel comforted to be in your aura. People feel actually even that their heart energy is being filled when they're around you. And it's again, it's not by anything that you're necessarily saying or doing, but it's just by the light that you emit. Like there's just this healing frequency that radiates out of you, and it's magical. There's a magical element to you. Let's see what this Four of Earth wants to say. Six of Wands. You make people feel safe, like they can trust in a better future. And you make people believe, like, I feel you really bring inspiration in a lasting way, though. And you really are able, yeah, it's like you can really help reconnect energy to faith again. Like, I see that you are great at creating connections for people, like bringing people back home to their connection to spirit or God within themselves. And yeah, there's this leadership energy again with the Six of Wands. You might be kind of being called to step up and lead in this lifetime in some way. And you might already be doing that, or you might already be aware of that call. But there is a call there. And I'm just seeing that it's because you have this innate ability to help people reconnect with spirit inside of themselves and reconnect in such a way where they are really inspired by life and really able to see and the hope and the possibilities for themselves in their future and for the whole earth in the future. I'm seeing with this Four of Earth that you do hold this unity frequency where all things are connected. You hold the like innate understanding of that, and you can help to unify. That is it. Yeah, you really help unify energy. So if someone has a broken heart, I'm seeing that there's something about the quality of the care that you can provide with your love that can really help heal someone's broken heart just by, I'm not sure, like how you show up. You help heal like broken things for people that they might feel like can't be mended. There's something about, yeah, like you can bring victory where other people feel like there's no hope. Like this is totally lost. This is totally like, despair. It's like you can cut into that despair and elevate it and bring hope again. And you do it in such a powerful way. Yeah, like you might even do it at a global scale. Like it might be on a personal scale where you like help people recognize that hope is not lost. But it could also be on a global scale, like you're not giving up on the environment, you're not giving up on the animals, you're not giving up on the people. That we can still create something different. Yeah, and you have this like strong sense of like understanding and knowing that we're all connected. And whether you know it or not, it guides all of your actions, this unity consciousness that you hold. How else does group one influence the world around them, spirit? Oh my God, more fire energy. Wands is fire. Yeah, because I'm seeing the dog on this Queen of Wands, and it's interesting because the Queen of Wands is actually traditionally depicted with a cat, but in this deck it's a dog, and I love it. And I feel like you have a dog spirit energy with you in this life, or you might be connected to the dog spirit, or you might have a dog spirit like incarnated with you as like a dog with you that you have. But I'm seeing something about the dog, and I'm seeing this purity. To me, the dog energy is purity and unconditional love. And it's this ability to like always like rebound and have hope again, and to continuously like give love and show love even if you're not getting anything back. And it's like that is actually this resilience energy that I see in you, and this ability that you have to love unconditionally. I feel like you actually introduce to people the idea of unconditional love as being actually real, not as being some kind of, high in the sky idea, but actually you bring it into a practical embodiment and you show people unconditional love. Like, I really see that. And it's like you show the earth unconditional love by never giving up on it. I think people really feel something about your aura is that there's a confidence in it. And I know like that might be sort of strange. Like, how can you feel confidence from an aura? But I don't know. There's something confident about it, and it could just be the flame, the fire energy in you. Like, there's something very confident about a fire burning strong. And but I'm seeing that it might come through your eyes. Like, you might have a very strong stare, or people might comment like, wow, you have piercing eyes. Or it might be that, you know, when you look at people in the eyes, they get impacted by you, or they get impacted, or people might avert eye contact, or might comment along the eyes I'm seeing. But it's like there's something about you that's confident and it's piercing, and it can pierce through people. And some people definitely feel uncomfortable by this, but a lot of people find it very captivating, and even like hypnotizing, because your eyes have this ability to like hold a stare with someone. That's what I mean by confidence. It's like I'm seeing like you are able to look something in the eyes and really like stare it down. So you have this integrity, and you help people find their truth and their integrity, so that they aren't like, you help people live in a way that is true and outside of illusions. And there's something about being in your energy field where people might be confronted with an illusion that they have about themselves or about the world, and something about either you directly saying something or just your energy influence, or the way that you are so self embodied and truthful and authentic, that it can really, yeah, show people there's an illusion happening for them. Oh my gosh, the chariot. More very strong energy from you, group one. The chariot, the chariot's interesting. The chariot is associated with the astrological sign of Cancer. And so whenever I see the chariot, I think of Cancer. And Cancer is a feminine sign, it's a water sign. But it's interesting because Cancer is very sensitive. It's known as being a very sensitive, intuitive, it's like the divine mother kind of energy. But then the chariot comes through in the tarot, and it's like, it's like a chariot, it's traveling at this fast pace, and it has this conviction and this strength, and it's like, I know where I'm going and I'm going there. So you have this juxtaposition in your energy of this dog spirit, this loving, unconditionally loving, like sensitive, beautiful, intuitive energy, as well as this fiery, driven, so almost like warrior soldier, like not going to take no for an answer, going after your destiny 100 miles an hour energy. And it's all wrapped up in this one package that's you, and it works perfectly. Yeah, see the duality represented in the chariot card of the light and the dark. And this is depicted in the chariot card across all tarot is this duality of light and dark. So I'm seeing you have both light and dark in you, but they work perfectly together. It's like they don't necessarily oppose each other, but complement one another. So it's very harmonious. You have a harmonious energy field, and you might even have a harmonious like birth chart, for example, because I'm seeing like a lot of luck. This is another thing I'm seeing. You might be very blessed in this lifetime. You're meant to be very blessed in this lifetime. If it hasn't come in for you yet, you're meant to be so blessed in this lifetime, group one. And I'm seeing like you might have had experiences in your life of being lucky or of winning things or of just having certain things like fall into place for you. And I'm just seeing this is really how your energy is meant to travel. Like there's meant to be this flow state to it where things happen rapidly, but they're happening this flow, this harmonious way. So I'm seeing, yeah, many blessings for you in this life. And people might pick up on this in your energy field. They might think of you as a very lucky person. You know, that thing you kind of always end up like if there's a resilience in your energy field that is so profound. And I think that people really feel that from you, especially if they get to know you. They understand resilience really well. And resurrection, even like going through these cycles, you seem to be able to go through these cycles. But what I'm seeing is that you never let life get you down. Like I'm really seeing this energy where you're able to pick yourself up from the depth of darkness and you're able to keep going and you're able to rebuild yourself and rebuild your life. Even if you lost everything, you could still come back from that because you have this resilience in your heart and you would never give up and you would just keep on fighting. So I think that you just have this strength and this power in you that people really notice and really respect. And I think that you have this impact on people in the world where they are so inspired either by your story or by your energy or the way that you talk to them and make them see that there is more available to them. You really show people that no matter where they are right now, that doesn't mean they can't get somewhere else. And you are living proof of that somehow. Like I really see you could be a motivational speaker, group one. I feel like you have that energy and you probably have some incredible stories to tell as well of resilience, of true courage. Okay, so let's pull a couple more cards for you. Justice. Wow. Yeah, you actually make people believe in justice again. You make people believe that there's hope for justice on this earth. Like, I really feel this big, like, I'm feeling kind of like a Sagittarius energy or this Jupiter energy from your group somehow. And it's like this expansion energy where I feel like you bring a lens to life, like the way that you look at life is like more expanded. So you look at the bigger picture, you look at how can we, you know, like you look at it in a such a big picture way that most people don't even think about because they're trying to contemplate like how do I clean up my own dang life? How do I fix my own, you know, issues? But you're like, how do we like completely change like the whole, you know, way that we do this whole thing on this whole earth? And you look in this like bigger picture way, or you look at the possibility of, you know, if this changed, then all of these other things could change in the earth. And I'm seeing like you have this ability to kind of zoom out and look at the bigger picture and look at the unity. This unity consciousness is this wisdom that you have within you, and it helps to guide your perspective on life, and it helps to really it creates such intelligence in you. This unity consciousness really creates this intelligence in you, and you're able to really look at life and create solutions for problems that people might not even get started on. That's what I'm getting. People would look at a problem like that in the world and be like, I'm not even going to try because it's so bad or it's never going to change. And it's like you can actually pierce through that and find a way of solving that problem, and you do not give up. So there's this tenacity and it's incredible. Yeah, and I'm seeing as well, you don't give up on people who really need you to not give up on them. Like I'm seeing you don't turn your back on people who need you, or the animals or the earth. Like you don't turn your back on those things. Like with the justice card, you don't let yourself be in denial about things, or you don't let yourself be in that cognitive dissonance of like, I just don't want to know about this because then I don't have to do anything about it. It's like you really welcome truth and you let it change you. So yeah, you really break people out of denial potentially. And again, the yin and the yang energy on the justice card, it's this again, this interplay of light and dark. But see, the justice is the scales are perfectly balanced. Like you have this balanced and harmonious energy field in you, and it shows in your aura. I really feel like I'm seeing sacred geometry in your aura. I'm seeing like mathematics in your aura. Yeah, I'm seeing like sacred symbols and just like so much information I'm seeing for you. Yeah, like you are really connected to like source, to like the Akashic records. Like I'm seeing information around you that you can tap into or that you do tap into. You channel it, you download it in a very powerful way. So other people as well, like I'm other people might see like spiritual things around you, like orbs or a symbol, or people might have specific kind of synchronicities that show up around you somehow, and it helps guide them back into their faith. I'm seeing as well, people might be really comforted by your sense of humor and also by your authenticity. Like you might say things about, like you might reveal things about your life, and people might either find it funny or shocking, but they also, I think, find it really comforting because they recognize themselves in you, and it helps them not feel so alone in the world. And again, this unity theme is coming through because the way that you don't edit yourself or share certain things and share like the reality of human life in some like humorous and like casual way, it makes people feel really sort of safe and at home. Whereas, some other people might sort of go to great lengths to try to hide that thing. You're just owning it straight up. And so people find this to be, again, kind of inspiring, and it helps them feel like more self-acceptance, and it helps to build stronger connections, I'm seeing, because people feel like they can then really connect with you. You're like a safe person to people because you're not going to judge them. Okay, group one spirit, a final card for them. The Empress. Ah, group one. You really bring this vibrancy back into people's lives, like, and into the earth even. And I'm seeing you bring a lot of energy wherever you go. Like, for example, if you moved into a house and there was like just a complete, like barren like garden outside, if you moved in, it's like you would bring this energy and this vitality and this life force, and you would plant all these things, and you would regenerate the soil, and you would have this food forest going, and it would be like bring all this life into your garden. And it's like that is your energy, that is your aura. It's like you can go anywhere and you will bring life there, you will bring love there. And you attract this abundance to you. You're meant to be very abundant, and you naturally have it in your energy field. The Empress to me is just this beautiful organic abundance energy that is a frequency in nature. And it's like you are really here to embody that, kind of making me think of, in a natural setting, if a bird is in its natural habitat, the bird is taken care of by life. The bird has trees, and it has wings to fly with, and it has food available to it, and it has access to water, and it has a community. All of these things are naturally in place for that bird to thrive. And it's like I feel like you bring this organic truth back into life, where it's like we have everything we need to thrive, we just have to get in alignment with that. And it's like something about you makes people feel like that is possible, and it's like you just exhibit that, you embody that, people can see it, it's in your aura, this abundance and this rejuvenation. Okay, group number one. We could probably go on forever, but that is your reading today. I do hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Okay, group number two. I'm getting a very angelic vibe from your aura. I feel like you have an angelic energy to you. Oh, I just realized I have to shut the window. Hold on. So people might call you like an earth angel, or you might be connected with angels, or you might be connected with feathers or birds. I'm seeing this for you. And I'm also seeing colors in your aura. I'm seeing pink and white and blue and silver. And again, I'm getting this sort of angelic aura. You have an angelic aura, is how I would describe it. So there is this purity to you, and also this, like, you chose the eight of air. So I'm getting this element of air to you where there might be a, yeah, like a sense of you being kind of in a different realm. Like, this is the effect people that you have on people, is like they feel like you've brought a different dimension into the earth. You brought a different realm. You're bringing like a portal to the angelic realm in. And so people feel connected to something that is very ethereal or spiritual. So you might have a very like ethereal kind of beauty to you, or you might even look a little bit like, have an angelic kind of face, or look a little bit like some kind of a mystical being. I'm kind of getting that. A fairy. But I feel like you really elevate the energy, but it's in a very calming way. In a very kind of, I'm getting kind of an ancient sacred energy, like kind of the sound of like 100 angels singing in like a choir. This is like the energy you have. So there's something very pure and very ancient about your aura. So the impact that it has is that it can, with the eight of swords, like in traditional tarot, the eight of airs, the eight of swords, which means kind of being blind to something, not seeing something, and therefore being powerless in a situation, not seeing your own power, right? That's what the eight of air generally typically depicts. So I feel like in this reading though, you bring like an energy that takes the blindfolds off of people. So you walk in and the blindfolds are off. And whether people like it or not, that is just how they're going to be in your energy. So there's something you expose people's own power. And that is a beautiful gift. Spirit is saying that is a divine thing, that you take that blindfold off. Your aura influences people to take their blindfold off. And because of this, some people might react negatively because they don't want to take responsibility in some way, or they don't want to heal or something like this. So it's kind of more, um, you know, that might be an aspect to your aura. Like I'm seeing with Eight of Air, like this isn't always an easy energy for some people, okay? But I'm seeing that you have some kind of mastery to do with seeing truth and being okay with taking that blindfold off in life and seeing clearly. And I think that you have a very, very strong faith, and that is something that kind of carries you through your life experiences, and it whole, it's like the backbone, the skeleton of this belief system is this faith that you have, the belief system in spirit, the belief system in God, I mean. Because some people don't have access to that, and it's like you kind of, for some reason, I'm getting like this very spiritual energy from you, kind of like the energy, I know this sounds a bit strange, but like you kind of have this almost like priest energy to you, or priestess energy to you, where people feel like maybe they're around someone who has spiritual knowledge, and people might even want to confess to you actually like their sins and things like this, because they feel like, yeah, like I'm seeing people feel connected to spirit with you. This is something, this is what your aura does. This is how it influences people. It influences people to connect with spirit. You connect people, and in that moment they want to reach out to spirit. They want to connect again. And I'm getting this very like holy, saintly, spiritual, angelic kind of frequency that you have. And I'm seeing, yeah, I'm seeing like you might have a lot of understanding about religions or theology, or even something really strange like, like demonology, or like Wicca. There's a broad, but you have some kind of knowledge I'm seeing, and people really enjoy speaking with you or reading your words. You might be a writer, but I'm seeing something about the way you communicate and your ideas is really important for people, and they feel the divine present within those ideas. And again, it helps bridge that connection back into the divine for people. So yeah, you really connect people with spirit. It could again be through your words or your communication, or the way that you listen to people, the way you talk to people, the way people feel they can open up to you. Confessional, again, I keep getting that. And people also might know you to be psychic or clairvoyant, or to have some kind of gifts in that kind of spiritual gifts. I feel like that is what your aura says to people, is like that you are connected to spirit. And I'm seeing it's in, like with group one, it was more coming through the eyes a lot for people to kind of recognize it. But for you, it's like it's all of you. It's like it's the way that you physically look, as well as, you know, your aura and the energy that you have, and, you know, the energy around you. And like it's kind of everything for you. There's like a holiness, and it might be because you have a peacefulness in you, I'm seeing, or a groundedness, or a connection to yourself where you love yourself. I feel like you really love yourself, group one, and people feel really soothed by that. And you really bring an energy of peace and tranquility where you go. And I'm seeing kind of a cooling energy to you, where water and air kind of create a coolness. And this is a beautiful energy because it's kind of like the energy, you know, like where like it cools down. Can it kind of like, you know, when you want to cool down inflammation, or you want to cool down a burn, you know, you bring that medicine in, you cool it down, and it's very beautiful. It's very like soothing and healing and alkalining, you know, like it's a rebalancing. And again, I'm getting, yeah, it's like kind of the energy of like a cucumber, and how you feel so good, or like a green juice or something, like you feel so alkaline. Like that is the kind of energy you have. It's very pure, it's like refreshing, hydration, this kind of energy. People might be more conscious of their health around you. That's something I'm picking up. People might think like, and again, various reactions to that, but for some reason I'm getting people are more conscious of their health when they're around you. That could be for something you do as a job, or because you are health conscious, or it's just an energy. Like I feel like you, group two, treat your body as a temple, and this shows. I mean, of course it does. So people are really inspired by that as well. Okay. And I'm seeing as well, you might enjoy cooler climates. You might really like the snow, or you might like warming climates actually as well, for some of you, to kind of heat you up a bit if you get overly cool. But yeah, there's just a really cooling energy to you. And I'm seeing, yeah, you have a strong healing energy, because again, you take away inflammation. That is the energy. You take away inflammation. That is the impact that your aura has. Just like when you put an ice pack on like a sprained ankle or something, and it soothes the inflammation. That is your energy. It's beautiful, it's healing, and it's soothing. Okay. Oh, the Ace of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. Wow. Yeah, so the Ten of Pentacles, it can talk about like legacies, and I'm getting like even this energy of like churches or religions, like organized religions from either this or your past life. And somehow that informs like the way that you show up. I'm getting strong past life energy where you were a monk or a nun or a priest or something, where you like took a vow of chastity and even took a vow of poverty, I'm seeing in your past life. And that experience, I'm sure you kind of experienced both sides of that, the duality of that, but there's something like beautiful that you hold, like you hold that energy of the service to spirit kind of thing from those past lives, that surrendering to that path of spirit, like, you know, monks and nuns, and they take the the vow of chastity where they're celibate, and so there's this energy of sacrifice in that, but sacrifice in order to experience something different. And for you in those lifetimes, or that lifetime where that did occur, like that was aligned for you. I'm seeing multiple lifetimes because I'm seeing that you might have explored it on both sides. Like you might have explored how that can be a beautiful and empowering experience, and how that can also be like taking away your freedom kind of experience. So I'm seeing you kind of might have had dual experiences with that. But anyway, there's some kind of wisdom from that legacy of those lifetimes that lives within you. And so you might sort of naturally be a little bit of like a little bit of like a nun or a monk, like in that you might like a simple life, or you might need a lot of quiet, or you might want to live in the mountains, like, or be tucked away in a monastery somewhere. There might be a little bit of a thread of that life within you still somehow. You might like to just eat a simple meal at night, or, you know, like some kind of thread that like links you to that time. But I'm seeing that in this lifetime, yeah, you're not meant to be, you know, chained by those vows any longer of chastity and of poverty. So, you know, sometimes these vows that we take can actually overflow into our other lifetimes, because they can be quite serious rituals that are performed, especially when it's like in a religious sort of ceremony. So if it resonates, you might want to just sort of set the intention and speak aloud that you are now ready to release those vows that you took in a past life, and yeah, that you no longer adhere to those anymore, and that you are free and sovereign, right? So you might just want to do that if it resonates, because sometimes those vows can be a little bit pesky, they can linger. So with the Ace of Cups as well, again, there's this purity energy to you, and the way that you experience life is very, it's almost like the senses, like the way that I'm reading your energy field, it's like the senses are turned up. Like if you imagine, if you've just gone on a fast, when you start eating again, the food tastes so different because you've just been fasting. So it's like it's way more heightened in the way that you experience it as a sensory thing. So I'm seeing that this is your energy, is like you have heightened senses, and it's like this sensitivity to you where, you know, you might even have very sensitive skin, or you know, be need more natural like skin products and things like this, because I'm just seeing this heightened sensory experience that you have. Or you might be someone who eats very, very slowly or something like that, because the way that you're experiencing your senses is so strong, and you might yeah, have not recognized, or not known how to work with that before. But yeah, you have a very sensitive system where you can really bring in like a lot of data, a lot of information, and it's way more heightened than other people's. Like that's what I'm getting. So, and it might also be that you have a higher like threshold for enjoyment and gratitude of really mundane things. And again, this is some kind of thread that I'm seeing from your past lives, is this, you know, monk, nun, priest kind of energy, where you might kind of enjoy doing the dishes. Like you might kind of get into it, like it's just a bit of a meditation. Or you know, there's something about the mundane of life where you are able to still be with spirit there, and that is something really beautiful, and that's something that you teach other people in your life. And other people are more sensitive when they're around you, like you raise the sensitivity of someone. I'm seeing emotional intelligence as well very strongly in your group. And emotional intelligence, you know, is such an indicator for success in life. You know, actually, I think they say EQ is more of an indicator for success than IQ. So there's something about your emotional intelligence that is like wisdom. And around you, people feel more in touch with their emotional intelligence, and they feel a little bit more sensitive. They feel a little bit more tapped in. They feel a little bit more tuned in. So I feel like you really can help to sensitize people in a way where they need to be sensitive. They need that. They don't, the deadening of the senses is something that, is happens very easily, basically. And Spirit's saying that you have this way of soothing that and cooling that down and allowing that space to emerge where someone can kind of like come back from that. And so yeah, there's kind of like this, I'm getting even a detox energy to you. And you know how they say, again, it's like this energy of fasting or detoxing. So when you come back to something, it's more stronger. And that is the energy that you hold and the wisdom that you hold. And the kind of like, yeah, like you might have been someone who had to overcome an addiction or something, and you understand about, not kind of doing something so much that it becomes numb to you and you're not even enjoying it anymore. Like there's something about, or you might just innately know how to hold space between you and something that you are doing or enjoying, where it doesn't become um, negative for you. So there's this space that you have naturally, like, and people might notice it in relationship with you, that there's a space there. And it's a beautiful thing. Like there's Spirit saying that it's meant to be there. Like there's nothing wrong with you for having this energy that you have, but there is a space that will exist between you and other things. And it's because you don't, it's like because of this lesson that you've learned about attachment before, and this ability that you have to actually like let that space be, and it allows the freedom of all things to exist. And that is what you're doing, and there's nothing wrong with it. But other people might have different reactions to this space and they might get triggered by it, but it's not something that you can change about yourself, okay? It's not like, oh, I have to fix this thing and learn how to like not have this little bit of space that's between me and other things. It's like actually Spirit saying it's meant to be there. And I know that might be quite a strange message, but that's what I'm getting, and it's part of your wisdom. I am seeing like you have an energy where people might want to give to you a lot. People might really want to give to you. And and that might also be because of this like past life where you took the vow of poverty to do with your spiritual beliefs that you had in that lifetime. And I'm just seeing that like in this lifetime, you're really meant to overcome that and to like move beyond, um, kind of to like to how is it not move beyond, to come to a harmonious place between the spiritual and the material world. Because I feel like right in your natural energy field is like you're really really in that spiritual world, and people might even think, your head in the clouds kind of dreamer. But you are such a spiritual being, so yeah, you live in those spaces, and you're a natural meditator, and meditation might actually be really healing thing for you. If you ever feel like you need to heal yourself emotionally, I would suggest meditation. Just sitting in silence will heal you, and everything will become reorganized in your body. All you have to do is just give yourself that time for things to realign. Um, so I completely lost where we were. Okay, yeah. So yeah, you are meant to be experiencing abundance in this lifetime. Spirit saying with the Ten of Pentacles, yeah, you're meant to be experiencing that, and not worrying about that. So learning how to receive that again. I'm seeing, yeah, you're part of your lessons are learning how to receive. People might feel you're very generous and very like charitable, or like will give of your time to help others very easily. But yeah, people also want to be able to like give to you as well. They might not always know how to give to you as well. Group two, Spirit. Strength. Wow. Yeah, there's something about your energy, the Hermit. There's something about your energy that's like impressive, group two. And it's not something that anyone would probably say to your face, because it's quite a vulnerable thing, I think, to share, what I'm picking up on. But, imagine like you're sitting across from your friend, and you know all these things that they've gone through, and you're really just having this moment of deep appreciation for like who they are, and you're like, wow, this person is impressive. And it's that kind of energy that you have, the impact that you have on people, where they feel like you're impressive. And again, it might not be something they say, because again, it's like it might be a bit too raw to be like, wow, I really find you impressive, because it might come across as insincere and stuff in the moment. But people think this of you. They think you're impressive, and it could be due to your strength in particular, because of things that you've been through, or because of the way that you have this strength about you. I'm seeing a strong independence as well. And again, that might be this space that you have between you and others, that might have been a theme for you in this lifetime. You might have needed a lot of, with the hermit, a lot of time away, or a lot of solitude. I'm just seeing you need space around you. And that's okay, because your aura is so, it's meant to be so clear. And like I was saying, you have more, it's like you have a highly tuned energy system. So it's really hypersensitive to energy around you. So I'm seeing like you really need to have space, solitude, clarity, even time in nature, even living in nature for some of you will be really important, because you'll need that quiet and you'll need that clear energy all around your aura, because our auras actually extend around us quite far. And so when we're living in a densely populated area, our auras are just like intermingling with everybody. And there's nothing wrong with that necessarily, like inherently. There's nothing inherently wrong with that. But of course, naturally, auras will clash, or we've got auras intermingling with our neighbors who we don't know, or like there's all kinds of different things that could present as, you know, little issues. But in terms of for you, even if you live in a densely populated area, that's fine. But it's just about like having some kind of sense of knowing what your aura feels like when it's clear, and knowing how to find your way back there. Spirit saying, knowing how to find your way back there, so that if you do feel something's out of whack, or you do feel overwhelmed or dense, or and being aware of that, being like, okay, I need to clear my aura, whether that's through meditation or a bath or whatever it is for you, clearing it and then coming back to that kind of neutral space, because that is really important for like your health and your happiness. So with the hermit, whatever practice that is that gets you back into alignment, is super important for you. And I think that you also really teach people, like, because of this independence energy that you have, this rich inner world that you have, this, like, it's like your relationship with yourself is your primary and your most important. And that, but it's in a healthy way. Because I think for sometimes, like, if someone's relationship, like for example, someone can have a primary relationship with an addiction, and it might look in a similar way, like they might not be as available, or they're, different things like that. But it's like with you, it's like not in a shadow kind of way. It's in like this really like authentic, natural way, where you just primarily have this relationship with yourself, and it's very deep, and it creates a little bit of space around you that is natural and meant to be there. So people feel this space, and it makes them reflect upon their relationship with themselves, which is a deep thing, man. So yeah, people definitely feel like you get them in their heads, you get them in their feelings, whether for better or for worse, depending on what's going on at the time. You have that impact on people, and you really, really reflect to people their relationship with themselves and how's it going, because yours is so there, basically. So you might kind of have that mirror kind of energy as well. You might have a mirror style aura. Some of you will resonate with that really strongly, where you really reflect to other people their own stuff. And it's a gift to have that aura. But I'm not seeing everyone in this group has that particular aura. I'm seeing some of you do, though. And that is a strong, like, to have a fully mirrored aura is a strong role to take on. So I'm seeing some of you would resonate with that. Some of you might just get into the kind of like have mirrors come through some of the time. But it could be a way that you actually protect, like in a protective way. If you want to be invisible around somebody because you don't want them to read your energy field because you don't trust them, you don't feel safe for some reason. Like I'm seeing you have this natural discernment of energies, and then you're able to kind of like put up a defense thing so people don't read you. And that could be through mirror technology, like just naturally. And I'm not saying I'm not saying that you're thinking all these things in your conscious brain, like, okay, activate the mirrors, it's time. No, I'm just saying that's something that's happening at an intelligence that's beyond our conscious brain. And it's happening through a whole series of like different things. So I'm just seeing that like you have a naturally very protected aura, and you know how to protect yourself. And I'm just seeing you don't let people in when you don't trust them, or you don't whatever. It's like you know how to basically create invisibility. Like I'm seeing you have a gift of invisibility. If you desire it, and you can start working with that more, Spirit saying, if you don't know much about that, if you don't feel safe, if you don't like something, you can create invisibility around yourself so that you are protected, basically. But I'm seeing you do it naturally, and you might have done it when you were a kid as well. Group 2, I have to refilm the end of your video because the audio cut out for the end of your reading. So let us pull some final cards for you. The Nine of Pentacles. Okay. And we've got a couple of Eight of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so I'm getting that your aura and your energy has the ability to kind of change the speed of things, or like to change time in some way. Like it's a kind of trippy energy. I'm sort of feeling like if someone is around you and they're like rushing, 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 and like then being around you, they would kind of naturally sort of slow down and start to kind of be more present and yeah, just like slow down. But this in the same way though, if someone is kind of like in a really low energy and like you kind of need to like get energy moving and flowing, then you'll kind of bring this energy out of them. So you have this way of like bringing balance to someone's energy just by them being kind of in your presence. Like you have a very balancing impact on people, and also a very grounding impact on people as well. There's something about the way that you can help to shift subtly their energy, like I said, through the I'm getting it's very much through either quickening it or slowing it down, making it faster or slowing it down. And this is you have this ability as well with time, I'm seeing. Like you have some kind of connection to time. Maybe really able to slow down time, or speed it up, or you really notice time, or people lose touch of time when they're with you. I'm getting something about time traveler as well. So you might seem like you're from a different time to people. They might, or you might somehow feel like you might help people travel to their past lives somehow. Like people go time traveling in your energy. There's also something very abundant about your energy, like, but I'm seeing like richness. There's something like people sense intuitively that they have something to like gain or learn from your energy. I'm seeing there's something about your energy that seems valuable, and people feel like I feel like people feel like you have some kind of ancient knowledge to you. And so being around you, somehow they would be able to gain from that. And this is a very like kind of subconscious energy. Like I feel like you teach people, but in like a very subtle way where they might not even notice that they're being taught, but or influenced, right? Just like how you slow them down if they need to slow down, or you bring the energy up and energize them if they need to be energized. And I'm not I'm not saying that you're doing this consciously or in a manipulative way. It's just like the way that your energy impacts the world around you is like this. Okay, let's pull one final card for you, group two. Wow, the Nine of Cups. Hmm, I feel like I'm getting this energy of genie in a bottle and how like a genie in a bottle comes out and they're like, I grant you three wishes. And there's sort of like, yeah, but just like with time traveling, like there always ends up something going wrong with those things. So what that message is, there's some kind of like mystical energy to you that people might feel like is too good to be true. I think that's what it is. They might feel like it's too good to be true, or there must be some catch here. But I feel like you have this purity that is undeniable and it's not too good to be true. It's just who you are. And I think that again, because this card came over the top of the Eight of Air, like that angelic aura that you have might kind of seem too good to be true to people. Um, and they might kind of be trying to see, like, well, where's the trick? That's what I'm getting because you have this very angelic, like I keep saying, but mystical kind of magical energy to you. And a lot of these kind of like myths that we have, or these like tales that we have, like the gypsy in the bottle, the genie in the bottle, sorry. Was I saying gypsy? Oh god. The genie in the bottle. Um, these stories are like, you know, kind of laced with like trickery and things not being what they seem. And if you engage with these mystical beings, then something bad might happen. Or if you dabble in time travel, then you might never come back. But there's something about you where you have this energy of time travel and like, you know, granting three wishes, but you do it in a way that is out of the stereotype of like it being a bad thing. And I know this is a really far out there message, but yeah, it's kind of what I'm getting. Like people feel like you are appearing in their life and you will grant them three wishes. This is what I'm getting. And they might think that's too good to be true, but then it turns out that it's actually not too good to be true and you are there to grant them three wishes. So there's something about you, group two, that's undeniably magic, and people believe in magic around you. People believe in it. They're like, okay, I thought that, you know, this was too good to be true, but it's actually real. So that's a beautiful thing. I really hope you enjoyed your reading, group two. It was a very interesting one. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Okay, so group number three. I feel like you have a diamond-like aura, or your aura kind of glistens like a jewel, or it sparkles in some way. I feel like you have starlight in your aura, like the light of your aura is like a star, and it kind of glistens like a diamond. And I feel like, you know, like within a diamond, you look in and there's sort of clear, but there's also white, and then there's also kind of rainbow colors reflecting everywhere. That's kind of the energy that I get from your aura. It's sparkly, it's like a diamond, it's sort of like white, clear, but then it's also kind of rainbow in there, like a crystal. So yeah, a lot of crystal energy in your aura. And like the way that crystals like shine when light is on them, like that's kind of the energy that you emit. You have this shine, and it is kind of like a starlight to you. And in terms of colors, like I said, white, kind of silvery clear, like like a clear quartz almost, a diamond color. But I'm also seeing, because this is a mermaid that you've chosen on this card, and you chose water, I feel like there could also be blues and greens in your aura as well, or rainbow aura, or a crystalline aura. And it could be a specific crystal. You could actually you find out more about your aura through choosing a specific crystal. I'm seeing like either, I don't know, randomly picking one from like a crystal deck or um, finding one you feel drawn to, and then that will kind of like show to you something about your aura. Spirit is saying if you want to do that. So there's also this mermaid energy here that is just undeniable, and I feel like you could kind of have a mermaid like energy to you or resonate with that, but I feel like you have almost like a siren style energy where you really bring energy in, you bring energy in, you you're a magnet, you like magnetize energy to you. And so this is very clear with your aura. I'm seeing as well your aura is very flowing, like it brings a flow energy to the spaces around you, to the earth around you. And I think that your essence, like the essence of your aura, is kind of like water. And I feel like the way that water kind of nourishes like dry land, like, and it sort of seeps in, like you have this nourishing energy, but it's also kind of leaves an impact and leaves an imprint on the world around you. And I'm seeing again this flow message, like when rain comes in and fills up a river and then it's flowing in like a, you know, rapidly flowing now. It's like you bring a flow, so you bring flow back to things that weren't moving. And there's something like hydrating, refreshing, cleansing, clearing, cleaning about your aura. And it's very, yeah, I am feeling a lot of a watery energy, and it's very mystical. It's kind of given me this dream-like energy of being under the ocean and just sort of dreaming there, you know, like, yeah, you have a dreamy kind of aura to you. And it could be kind of beachy for some of you, or like mermaid style for some of you. People might be able to, yeah, people might feel like you have like a different light to you. I think that you have a very different light to you, and it might come as well through your smile as well, and the way that your kind of soul lights up when you smile or when you laugh. I'm hearing a laugh now. So there's something about your aura that is shown through the way you smile, the way you laugh, or the way you enjoy life. And I feel like, hmm, there's a light though that's like a starlight. It's not from this earth. So you might feel kind of a bit not of this earth a little bit. Let's pull some more cards. Temperance, Page of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm seeing like again with this Page of Pentacles, the blues, the greens, that peacock color, and then the eyes in the peacock as well. It's making me see like in the peacock feathers, they've got those eyes. And so I'm feeling like now I'm also getting an indigo color with that. But I'm feeling like you have patterns in your aura. Like your aura, I'm seeing like if you could imagine that you could take a photograph of your aura and it would show you in intricate detail in like 4K, in 5K. Is 5K a thing? I don't think so. In 4K, it would show you like the colors of your aura, but also like the different layers and the patterns. Like I'm seeing symbolism, I'm seeing like spirals, I'm seeing the shell spiral, you know, the spirals in the shell, and I'm seeing that beach, that underwater thing. So you have like these spirals of energy in your aura. Like I'm seeing your aura is moving. It's not a sort of a stable it's constantly in flux and moving, and there's like this sort of flow of symbology and like ancient symbols and ancient knowledge all around you. So yeah, there's something that's definitely how you have like a spiritual energy to you. It's almost like people can sense like the akashic records in your aura. There's this sort of thing here, like people sense ancient knowledge in you. Let's see. The Three of Swords, Chariot, the Queen of Wands, hmm, Page of Wands. I'm seeing a lot of people showing up in your reading. So I feel like your aura You might be someone who's okay with being around more people, or for some reason, your aura is meant to come into contact, like you're meant to be in contact for some reason with other people. And it even might be that your aura is, it's sort of, I'm getting that this is like the way that your aura doesn't need as much solitude as other people's auras. Like a lot of people need a lot of like space and like time to kind of, but I'm seeing like um you might be quite different. Like you might actually need other people to come in sometimes to your aura, or to you need to come into other people's auras. Like I'm seeing this kind of like dancing, like you have this ability to kind of like dance with the elements of the earth, but also with other people. And there's something about that interplay. There's like a social energy to your aura. Like maybe you really would do well like exploring you know, a beach or going swimming or something to clear your aura, like maybe more of an active thing, like um, something active would be more clearing for your aura, like dancing or moving your body would clear your aura more than, um, just being on your own. So, yeah, I'm seeing as well, you might have quite a good ability to keep a clear aura around others, whereas other people might feel that it really, other people's energy gets in and it's not right, or they have to clear, or they have to be alone. I feel like your energy is a bit different in that with water, water kind of like takes in everything around it. It's not as, like, I think you have this ability to, it's kind of like this Piscean energy. Like, you have this ability to kind of like swim through life and recognize, yeah, that we're all connected kind of thing, I guess. So you kind of, but it's like at a subconscious level, it's like you're not so bothered if someone else's aura kind of like touches up to yours. Like there's something about you being okay with that. And it's also to do with your past lives in some way, I'm seeing. Yeah, it's like you have a social aura. Your aura likes to mingle and get to know other auras and like learn from them. And again, with this social aura that you have, I'm seeing that your aura is like, it almost is constantly like creating messages and like leaving these messages around the earth. Like, I'm seeing your aura that I've seen, like, I'm seeing the most sort of amount of symbols and almost knowledge within it. And it's very active aura. There's a lot of movement there. And I'm seeing not just colors or essences like a crystal essence or a rainbow essence, but I'm seeing actual symbols um, in a really active way. So I'm seeing them moving and creating and writing, if you can imagine. And so I'm seeing that it's almost like you leave symbols around the world around you, or you leave these little like symbol messages, or protection rune kind of, it's like inscribed with energy. Like you write a symbol energetically and you leave it there, and it creates protection, or it'll helps a tree. There's like this energy that you leave behind you, and you leave these imprints, or these, you know, you leave um, drawings or writing, but it's in this energetic way, and it comes through your aura, and it just sort of naturally drips down. Like I'm seeing like the dripping with diamonds, that phrase, dripping with diamonds. It's like your aura is dripping with diamonds and it leaves them around, or it's dripping with writing, like symbology, and it's just falling down around you, but it's in perfect harmony with the world around you, and you're leaving these um little symbols of protection and love and healing all around you, and it's really beautiful. And you also leave this with others. Like, this is why I think your aura likes to be around others, because when it is when your aura comes in contact with someone else's aura, it's like you leave a little imprint there, or you leave a little message, a little symbol of protection for that personal love. And you're not doing it consciously, but it's just like the way that your aura, like, I see that this is something that you've had before this lifetime, it might be more of a deeper way that your soul energy likes to like leave little messages and little little help along the way for others on their journey. It's really beautiful. And you have this deep respect for everyone's journey and this deep love and understanding for like the uniqueness of, yeah, how we're all going to walk different paths. And so it's sort of like, yeah, when you come into contact with other people's auras, even if you're just passing them in the street, you leave this little imprint, you leave this little, and it's not an invasive thing. It's not like, it's like, it's just there in the air and it's a gift and it's a beautiful, like it's art, you know, it's like an art thing. It's like you leave your art around and it uplifts the vibrations of the world and you give a little blessing. Kind of like imagine if you just like give a little flower to a stranger and it just uplifts their day. It's like that. So, yeah, you definitely have a healing energy to you. It's a very authentically healing energy. The Three of Swords definitely feels like you bring a soothing balm energy to painful places like on the earth or within people. Like you kind of know how to bring a little bit of medicine to that sting, to that wound. Something about your aura feels very medicinal, and it's sort of like something about your aura makes people feel, yeah, like maybe they already know you somehow. There's something so calming, and it's like you mend. It's like your aura is mending things, or it knows what medicine, like if there's a tear in your clothes, you know how to, you know, sew it up. But that's what your aura is doing. Like it's sewing up tears and it's putting like healing cream on, you know, burns and it's doing this kind of thing. Like it knows the right medicine for different things. And this is sort of written in this knowledge that's dripping from you, these symbols that have come from you. People really will resonate with you in life, I feel, and they'll feel like, again, like a sense of they already know you, or they might think, like, did we have a past life together? You know, because people see it's in your smile and it's in your eyes and it's in something about your aura where people feel you are familiar to them. And oh yeah, there's just again that dreamy energy coming across with your aura where it's such a dream state to be around you. It's really nice. And I feel like almost you know, the energy of being underwater, that's the energy I'm getting from being around you. It's almost hypnotic. And it's a totally different state and place of being when you're like underwater compared to not underwater. You know, so there's this all encompassing energy that your aura has. So when people are around you, you know, you might kind of draw people in so they kind of only can focus on you in that moment. Like there's something all encompassing and like maybe you're also good at helping people be present in the moment. Like maybe someone would usually be on their phone and just scrolling, but when they're around you, they feel like it's okay for them to just be present. And that's the impact that your aura has because it's so powerful and like it's so all encompassing, it's so dreamlike. It's very watery, and you have this ability as well with like getting through to people. I feel like you're the kind of person who could probably get through to anyone or have a conversation with anyone. And it's this way because water has a way of getting through all the cracks, all the little tiny, you know, it can permeate. Water is able to permeate and it does so in a healing way, if you think about it. Like this is what your aura does. It's like it's able to permeate things within people, but in a very healing and soothing way. And kind of like you can get to places that other people can't get to somehow. That's what I'm getting. Your healing energy is very unique in that, yeah, I'm getting that it heals things that other people wouldn't be able to get to or wouldn't think to heal. Like I'm seeing like inside how water would be able to go inside the tiniest little crack in a stone and like go within it. And maybe nothing, no other vessel could really get in. Like that's the kind of energy you have. It's unique. And you go to places that other people don't go to. And you bring back that divine knowledge. Let's get some final cards for you, group three. The Ace of Cups. Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands. Wow. Might be something about your actual words and the way that you communicate that could be very impactful on people. Like you might be, there's something open about your energy, whether it's your smile or it's the light in your eyes or it's because you're actually more open and extroverted and talkative and comfortable around people. But there's just something about your energy that's like, it's like, oh, you're a friend. You're a friend on the path. You're a friend on the journey called life. And this is this universal thing that people experience from your aura is like this familiarity, this like, oh, it's like they, and maybe it's because you're good at expressing yourself, or maybe it's because your aura has so much information in it that people are just bombarded and they feel like, wow, they resonate. They really do, even if it's subconscious, which of course it largely would be for people, a subconscious recognition. I feel like people feel really, yeah, like people might feel like strong emotions for you. Like your aura might impact people to feel quite strong emotions, even if they don't really know you very well, or they only just met you really, or they just, they feel strong. You get a strong emotional response from others. Um, and this is something to do with your aura, and I think it's because it has that underwater quality where like you're just, oop, underwater now. So yeah, you might kind of like, again, I think there's something about you that might take people off guard. And it's because of this power that you have, but it's very internal. It's not like it's very and what I mean by internal is like it's not very easily described. It's not very easy, it's intangible almost, this power that you have because it comes from this unseen energy surrounding you. And so it's sort of like, ooh, it's really captivating, but also inexplicable. So people might feel a little bit like they can't like define you, they can't put you in a box. And as well, I'm getting a little bit of this alien energy coming through where you almost have this otherworldly quality to you, where because your light, I keep getting this, your light is like starlight, or you have this crystalline aura, and you almost are more of yeah, like you have a strong energy of something else around you, whether that's crystalline energy, crystal energy, the frequency of crystals, or if it's star energy, or if it's your connection to like a different place of like it's sort of cosmic. Yeah, you have like a cosmic energy, I suppose. And yeah, you're just doing really good things in the world, basically, group three with your aura. Just spreading like you're someone that it's truly a blessing to come across you. And your aura is that powerful that your spirit guides really know how to align like synchronistic events in life so that your aura can be of the most use to the world. Because you have a really strong aura, and it's something like I was saying, the way that your aura is so powerful that, yeah, your spirit guides really know that it's a blessing and a gift to be, um, to have that impact, to have your aura touch someone else's. And I know that might be kind of strange to think about, but yeah, I'm just seeing like your aura is meant to come in contact with other people's. And I mean, everyone's will. Like, it's not like you can ever avoid that, but I'm just seeing your spirit guides might put you on a particular path where you're either, around a lot of people, like you live in the city or something, or it could be that just particular people. Like there's certain um, key milestones in your life that are really significant. So yeah, you could also be an activator with your aura as well. Like you would could activate someone to um, into their calling or into a spiritual awakening or into like being aware of their gifts or to channel light language, something like this. I feel like you have an activating energy to you. You're able to activate others. That's exactly as well why your aura is sort of used by the divine to help activate others because it's helpful and you're have this abundant energy. Like it's not even like you really notice that you're doing it, and I'm sure you're happy to help. So yeah, it's beautiful. Like just you living your life, going about your life in a natural way. You are being of service. You're activating the world. You're activating the land. Like there's you're leaving symbols and knowledge and um, imprints around art, drawing. And yeah, like I said, even if you just pass someone in the street, there's an activation that happens when your aura touches theirs, and it's like buzz. And it's beautiful because it leaves a little imprint, it leaves a little blessing, it leaves a little miracle. Yeah, it's like you have this power, like spirit has given you this gift where when your aura comes in contact with someone else's, miracles are allowed to be there. Like it's really beautiful. Yeah, and this is what I was saying about your aura is very social. Like your aura likes to hold hands with another aura because it's just somehow the way you were designed is like they like bounce off each other and it creates an energy. And that energy is really healing for the world. Okay, group three, I hope you enjoyed your reading. And yeah, take good care of yourself. I'll see you next time. Bye.